We're straight line missioning across England, and there's a tank on the line!
On day 3 of our straight line mission across England, we invade a military training camp, uncovering the unexploded bombs.
Bang!
And discover the army's best kept secrets.
The army are getting lazy. Yeah, there are lots of sheep bones. It's kind of suspicious.
We also come through some of the most dangerous woodland ever seen on a straight line mission.
It is disgustingly slow. Archie just put his wet shoes on.
Freezing shoes that have been outside all night.
The rest of our clothes were dry though, which meant morale was high going into our 3rd day of missioning.
Feeling good, aren't we? And we're ready to rock and roll.
We don't need a break, do we?
It's just a bit of a waste of time, isn't it, having a break?
Well, I think we're ready to go from our camp spot.
Day 3, away we go!
We only had 1.5 kilometers of woods to get through first thing this morning. Then we were on to moorland and the army firing range.
And back into the woods.
Looks like a nice woods.
It does.
We briefly ran into a section of fallen trees,
But we've only got 1.5k of woods this morning. That can only get so bad.
They did require some climbing over, but we were out of them fairly quickly. This was, however, an early warning of what was to come.
Quite high up now.
Oh, there's a lot of this. Woods have been amazing so far. Just coming out onto forestry track, which we've had reports of heavy industrial action last night. Apparently there's a lot of forestry works on this track. It'd be nice to see what it said on the other side of that sign.
We can't go
over
over
like no trespassing or danger of death.
Stay out of the forestry. The rest of the initial section of woods was open, and very soon we were approaching the end of Kielder Forest.
We're out of the last scraggly section of woods.
Although it had been a difficult slog, our line was very well planned to minimise the area of particularly fallen trees that we would have to go through. Although we weren't avoiding them altogether, our line guide Jarv is one of, if not the best in the industry of planning straight line missions.
Oh, come on. Let me out.
There's Archie.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that indeed.
No more woods.
Open moorland onto the military firing range. What say we crack on through that, eh?
All right then, lad.
Jarv has been through the line over the last week and put these fluorescent markers for us to hit, which was really nice.
Yeah.
And
So we know we're on the line.
something to aim for, just to make sure the GPS is right. There's the next one there.
Yeah.
But they are every sort of few hundred meters.
Shouldn't we be taking them down?
No, Jarv's going to do that afterwards.
We now had a crossing of a fairly deep river, which the support crew had decided they didn't need to bother bringing the duck down for.
Just get on with it then.
We had no rope or large flappy bag shackled to our ankles, but somehow Adam still managed to cross the river in only a couple of minutes.
Well, that's quite deep. Bringing back memories of the parrot mission. Wasn't on camera, but Adam's just gone straight in. And Adam's gone up to his shoulders in the water. Because everyone's seen that now. He's almost at plumb depth.
That was cold and deep. A lot deeper than we were expecting.
Just don't fall over, that's the goal here.
It's quite hard to balance in there, to be fair. I mean, it will be quite fun if you fall in, Archie, to be fair.
It won't be fun for me.
Yeah, as long as I don't fall in, that's all I care about.
Christ.
We might have to speed this clip up.
Oh my god, don't even look. Yeah, stable. Go on, stable. Are you at a big point now? That'd be nice. Don't let go get cold.
Wow, that wasn't pleasant, to be honest.
No.
I've got cold legs now, let's move on.
Bit of a cold one, that.
The plus side, we're now completely out of the woods and we're into moorland, so progress is going to be rapid now. And we will soon be approaching, what's the name of it?
Autobahn range.
From here we walked straight up to the A road, where we would then be entering the Otterburn military firing range.
Drone inbound. Chopper inbound. Oh! Hopefully they got that on camera.
There are the lads on the horizon. Bang on the line.
Right, into the army firing range now then.
Fortunately for us, the timing of our visit meant there was a reduced risk of bumping into any soldiers.
Well, no sign of the army as of yet. Well, they didn't work weekends, do they?
No, there's a war on the weekend. They wouldn't bother.
Yeah.
Well, it's a Saturday, so we'll start thinking about this on Monday.
How did the army get across this?
Oh, I know how they do it. There's a bridge up there.
Crispy bridge for the army.
Yeah, they wouldn't get very far without a bridge.
Lovely stuff. So hopefully this firing range isn't going to be too hilly.
Wow. It can't be that hilly, can it, if the army are running around it all day?
Yeah, it doesn't look too bad.
And we were so confident of our ability, even the support crew were now infiltrating the base.
There's a van down there. Is that the support van down there?
Yeah, I think it is.
They just driven into the range.
Good. Oh, we've got some food.
Oh,
Get it.
what have we got here?
Oh, what this is. Looks good.
Oh, one each.
Wow.
Oh, I smell.
Oh, that's a
I
breakfast.
smell sausages.
Now that's a real breakfast.
Look at that.
Look at this hot food. This is probably the first hot food we've had.
And on top of it,
Oh.
got cream and marshmallows on it. It's just- There's more.
Delicious.
See ya.
We're about to reach the tank tracks that they put targets on. Blown up vehicle over there. Railroad tracks. They do look like they've been used for a long time.
Look at that. It's not been driven over
No,
in a long time.
the army are getting lazy. They're not expecting a tank war for a while.
Well, tanks are kind of going out of fashion, aren't they now?
Yeah, they're just big, expensive targets.
They should be training drones. What's that?
Oh, it's probably a landmine, isn't it?
Looks like a landmine, yeah.
I'd say it's a
I'd
landmine.
say that's a landmine.
An exploded
Don't
landmine.
step on that.
They need to go and clear that up.
Yeah, they should sort that out. Don't touch the rails.
Yeah, the electric.
Probably live rails, yeah.
Got rubber shoes on though, so I'm insulated. These ones look a bit more well used. We're straight line missioning across England, and there's a tank on the line. So stupid.
I think we're approaching some trenches now.
Yeah. If I had a gun right now, I'd shoot the top of the railroad's head off. Bang! Go, go, go! Go, go, go! The trenches!
We're in behind them! We're behind enemy lines!
Run away! Run away!
They got us good there.
I would have thought they'd use guns, not paddles. Got away with that, didn't we, Archie?
Yeah.
Got through their silly army defences on a full breakfast.
Yeah, I'm a bit worried about my breakfast now. Cool. See you in a bit.
Well, at least they've had something to do this morning.
Yeah, it gives them something to do, doesn't it? They were complaining it was getting too warm in the van.
Yeah. Look at this! Lovely, lovely moorland!
Great views. You can see a long way down the line here.
1 tank, 2 tank, 3 tank.
Luckily no one firing them today.
Yeah, there are a lot of sheep bones. It's kind of suspicious. Like, I think the army might actually use sheep as target practice, but not tell anyone about it, because there are a lot of dead sheep.
No one really noticed a few missing sheep, did they?
No, no one's allowed across this area, probably for that reason, so they don't spot all these dead sheep. It's probably got the most used railway tracks for tank target practice. They send the targets, probably a trailer full of sheep, down the rails, and then the tanks have got to hit the moving target.
Unspent munitions.
Yeah, that looks like the end of some kind of missile. Bang! Yeah, little flight. Nice. Very
There's that massive tank crater here. That's just so huge. What's going on here?
Look, so there's a shell here that's landed. It hasn't gone off yet.
Wow. Yeah, it's crazy that can make this kind of size crater, isn't it?
Yeah.
It had been a pleasure to invade the army, but we were now leaving the Otterburn range and popping back into a short section of farmland.
Is it a wobbler? Well, it is a bit of a wobbler. Apply minimal force and skip over.
The driver of this truck didn't give us any problems,
Not stopping.
which is more than can be said for the river a few hundred meters further down.
River crossing here and the crag on the other side.
Yeah, that's alright. So where's the duck then?
Wow, that's so deep.
That's so deep.
That's like head high.
Do we need a duck? Oh, that is deep, isn't it?
Usually this kind of crossing would only be a formality on our inflatable duck, but typically our useless support crew hadn't scouted this river out, and the duck was about an hour away in a Sainsbury's car park.
Wow.
I'll just have a look at this bit up here.
A few meters off the line we found a diving board with a potential platform halfway across.
Yeah, it's a rock just there, but I'm not convinced. We really can't be bothered to wait for the duck because
No.
the support van, they could be an hour away.
Hours away.
They've gone shopping.
Guys, to do it, aren't we?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, this is what straight line missioning comes down to. You better be quick with all these clothes on.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Come on up. 2, 1.
Oh no! Went a little bit further in than expected.
Oh, safety totally in there.
Okay, hoodie coming across. Ready for trousers? Okay.
I need to chuck you all of this before.
Yeah, go on. Good. Risky throw.
Yeah. Go for it, this is a risky throw. Yes! Right, we've got one more critical throw, which is the GPS.
The GPS.
Are you ready?
Yeah, come on. Oh.
Yes!
It's
Right.
over. All your drive kit.
Now I need to give you all of my dry kit. So we've got GoPro and chest strap coming across. Ready?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh. Hang on. We're doing well. Put it all inside. It's the only way to cross these rivers when you've got a useless support crew that's not waiting with a duck. Right,
It's wrapped.
hang on.
Right, ready?
Yeah.
Get good shots of this. Cool.
Oh, yeah.
I'll
That's good.
just wrap my jump.
Hang on,
Is there a platform here?
no. Oh, there's a little rock there, yeah. Go for that. Hang on.
So this is my platform here, isn't it?
Yeah. Just got to go for it. Go for it.
Right, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Nice. You absolutely nailed that. Dry shorts. Just like that.
Let's have my stuff.
We're across. With dry kit to put back on. Oh, we did well there,
We
actually.
don't need a support crew, do we?
We did well. No, they'll be like, how the hell did they get across there?
John's like, wait, they're across.
They're across with dry clothes on. They must have gone round.
Yeah. Get in, that went so well. Can't believe we got across that.
Yeah.
Smashed it.
We did smash that. Now we're going to get up there though. Well, it shouldn't be a problem really.
After completely proving the redundance of our support crew, we scrambled up the steep face on the other side.
Down. Down, 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 down. Down, down. Wow. Hell. Hell. No. That's a bit of a cliff, we've just come up there. And we can see Job on the hill, who's going to be amazed that we've got over here with dry clothes on. Oh, he's got some kind of inflatable.
Oh yeah, oh maybe he's got his kayak.
Nah, he's got something.
Yeah, he does.
But he's coming down anyway, even though he can see us on the other side. We're dry, Job!
Yeah, we took our kit off and jumped across onto a rock. Yeah, alright.
We were back into farmland momentarily with a good view of where we'd come from, but once we'd crested this hill, the view ahead was not pleasant.
Hang on a second. Woods?
That wasn't part of the deal today. I thought it was all moorland.
We were told it was all clear. Miles and miles of open moorland after that.
Oh, yeah.
After that firing range.
No, it turns out there's the odd woods chucked in there.
Woods? We've been through all
I
that.
didn't sign up for woods today.
I think we might just go round that. Yeah, that'll show job. Yeah, that's what you get for not telling us that woods are coming up.
And this wasn't just any old woods.
Oh god, there's fallen trees as well.
Fallen trees are the single most dangerous obstacle ever seen on a straight line mission, aside from the cliff which we were silly enough to climb up in Scotland.
Watch out, Archie!
The mission is now at maximum difficulty and most straight line missioners would be going round.
We online?
Yeah, we're on the line. There's no way around this lot. We've just got to climb over them.
The deviation to avoid this sea of fallen trees was just over 75 metres, which would take us into a bronze run, and this would be a catastrophic failing.
Cool, let's do it.
It's got like a 3 metre drop below us.
While we wanted to stay safe if we could, our first priority here had to be our platinum status.
So high up.
We're all high up.
We hadn't walked 74 kilometres along the line to now leave the platinum or even gold zones and get a massive telling off from Jav for failing the mission.
On the line.
Wow, we are so high up. If we fall from here. How do you get across there?
Just stepped over.
This must be over 6 metres up. Maybe not quite 6 metres.
Although we were sticking to the line, this was a painfully slow process and we were now averaging about 1 kilometre per hour.
You are putting quite negligible force on them.
Yeah, they're not going to snap. They're all solid. Just don't want to slip in between them. That's the real danger.
It is quite a view behind us. Look at all of those fallen trees. That's insane.
There's a bit of a cavity down here, Archie.
Yeah.
Not sure how we're going to get across this one yet. Probably around there. and then up. That is a big drop down there. Yeah, down to your left and then back up the other side. If you fell down there, that would be a 3-metre drop into a swamp. Do you want to fall down there, Archie?
I don't know, I don't think so. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm guessing not.
I wouldn't bother. It's probably the slowest section of woodland we've been through so far.
Yeah, ever.
Over. Oh, there's a lot of this. There's a lot ahead, Archie. It's going to be slow. You could crawl faster than this. Huge drops below. Look what we've come through so far. We've still got quite a few 100 metres of that to go, at least. We really don't know how far this wood section is. We're slowly getting it done, but it's not easy. Might have to end up doing a bit of a night shift because of this. It's probably a bit of a big step, that one. Yeah, on the line. That would be horrible to go down that. But luckily, there's a bridge just for us. It's really safe. Not that good at tight roping. Whew. Onwards. I wouldn't be surprised if we lost an hour of progress in these woods because it is disgustingly slow. Better be the last section of fallen trees.
Unfortunately though, this wasn't the end. Further up we had another, albeit slightly shorter, section of fallen trees. Once again these were frustratingly slow, but we could see a way out.
We could see some moorland up there, which hopefully corresponds with some moorland in that direction. Right, this is it. This is the last of the stupid fallen tree section. Yeah, look at that.
Ridiculous.
Crazy slow progress. Oh, back on the ground.
This is how good I am, I'm so natural.
Yeah, you're not going to use that branch as a guide, are you?
So naturally.
You could let go of that branch, couldn't you?
Yeah, I could easily.
Be fine with that. We're down.
Solid land.
Solid land's a doddle. That was a bit of a spanner in the works, wasn't it, that? We're not expecting that at all.
Like Geowizard speed, I'd say.
Yeah, well, we're quicker than Geowizard over those sort of things, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
He'll be like, guys, can't get through it. Gonna have to go round and take
Oh man, this is dangerous.
Yeah.
Can't never get the accent right.
Gonna have to take a break.
Although we'd managed to stay within the platinum range in the fallen trees, they had cost us a lot of time, and once again we were now delayed in getting to our lunch spot. After a short while we started to get rather peckish.
I'm getting hungry now as well. But I can use a cheese sandwich, but the support crew are still 6k away apparently, so
yeah.
Our support crew were planning to meet us on this road, but they'd gone the wrong way and the van was now stuck on a restricted byway back up the hill.
No, stop!
Got about 6k of moorland to get over before we can have some more food.
The time was now 3 o'clock and we hadn't eaten for over 5 hours. Still, the best support crew in the business had now made it round to the next meeting point and we're now walking back along the line to meet us at the top of the next hill.
And we're absolutely famished now, so we're praying that support crew are waiting at the top of this hill because we think we saw them. There they are, look at them. Bags packed full of Bakewell tarts, maybe even another hot breakfast, or anything will do.
Well, when I say the best support crew in the business, they are good at bringing us food, but they do tend to make a nuisance of themselves when they leave the van.
oh wow, he's back, isn't he? Ha! What an idiot! That's why we tell him to stay in the van.
I dropped my phone.
You dropped your phone?
Yeah.
This is Bat Boy. He's good at changing GoPro batteries, but nothing else.
Do you need any batteries?
Yeah, I do actually. This one's getting low.
Testing. New battery in operation.
And Jarv has dropped his phone back there, so the support crew are scrambling around trying to find it.
Thankfully, we have the ability on this channel to recover a lost phone fairly easily.
Get that. Oh, that just saved me a few £100.
After one more quick Bakewell tart at the van, we set off on the final 9-kilometre stretch before tonight's camp, and with under an hour until sunset we were now definitely running into the dark. We had one more section of woods at 170 metres long. The satellite imagery looked healthy, so we were hoping it wouldn't be horrific.
Approaching another wood section now, and they look horrific.
Yeah, it looks disgusting, isn't it?
Look at how many fallen ones there are. No one could be asked to clear it. Lazy council.
So the council's not going to lift a finger for this,
Yeah.
are they?
No, this could be brutal.
Look at this. That is god awful.
Once again, this was very slow going,
It's not good, Archie.
but we kept battling on through until the end was firmly in sight.
But we can see the edge.
Another 50 metres, so that should be like 25 minutes and we'll be out of here.
Yeah, 25 minutes. I did make an ood noise when I saw this tiny patch
Yeah,
of woodland on the map, but then Java was like, oh, it's only a little bit. But Java hasn't been through this, so
You really just have to trust that they can take your weight.
yeah,
You can.
they can. Yeah, go on then, get down there. We haven't got all day to be bouncing around on trees. There it is. The edge of freedom. Yes. There we go. Out of the woods, Archie, how was that?
Pretty horrible.
Once again, we'd remained comfortably within the platinum deviation range. Our real problems now, though, was the impending darkness and a massive rainstorm heading straight towards us.
Ugh. Now at the top of the hill, which is nice, but the rain's coming in. Can feel it on my back already. It's only so bad that it can get in 2k.
We eventually met the support crew, but this wasn't our camp spot.
Morning guys, how you doing? All right?
We're all right,
Those
yeah.
woods were really hard. Yeah.
They gave us our coats and head torches for the final 4-kilometre stretch of almost all farmland.
After moving in the dark for about 45 minutes, your eyes start to adjust. It's just like moving in the daytime. Now leaving the support crew.
But at least we would now be completely invisible to any lights shining in our direction.
Minimal light on the camera now. We're not using our head torches unless we absolutely have to. It's quite funny because the coat Robin's lent me here,
Oh, Robin's fault, is it now?
it's got a load of reflectors on it, so
We then passed this farm, which would actually have been a very hot area in the daytime.
yeah, Adam climbing the hay bales. I'm going to turn this off now because we don't want to get seen from the road, which is just to our right.
We were then quite grateful that we'd come past it under the cover of darkness.
Staying bang on the line.
You see that? There's people in there.
Yeah. Dude, this is a sketchy part of the line.
Our camp was around 7 fields further along on a public byway,
This is the support crew, sat here in the dark.
and at the end of another long day of missioning, some of us were more tired than others.
It's us versus the angry farmers from here on out.
But you can't just come onto someone's land and just do what you like.
So, we're onto the farmland now.
Right, farmer driving up the field. Oh, I think he might be coming up the track.
We're in the road with engines now.
Engine noise, definitely getting closer. I see it, it's the same buggy.
And we come across this, which looks absolutely horrible. Oh my god, it's an absolute beast. Jesus Christ, that's going to come around and hit me.
Can we get a platinum run across England?
Yeah, we're very close to the farm here.
So much on the line.
We've got potentially got our hardest farm coming out now actually. It's literally a farmhouse.